Amid the urgency and chaos of a crisis, rescuers must constantly cope with the unpredictability of human emotions. We begin on the afternoon of March 21st, 1994, as John Austin and his best friend Oliver Miner set out to explore the rugged beauty of Ferncliff State Park near Goreville, Illinois.
And what we've done is put a trail system in for people to let them safely see some of the vistas.
All right, I'm going to go to school.
Sometimes the scenery can really, be tranquil to you when you're really stressed out. And I was just basically trying to get away from it all. And I love being outdoors. Hey, let's go to the cliffs.
We've got bluffs, they'll range anywhere from 30 to 100 feet. The majority of the people will stay on the trail system.
Come on, man, bro, what are you doing?
He's a really close friend, but Oliver's a daring individual. He always has been.
Man, why don't you come back a little bit, man? Come on, man.
I'm not a chance taker when it comes to my life. I won't do that.
Way. Watch this. See ya.
We kind of came upon this little island-type cliff that he jumped down to 3 years ago. It's a pretty dangerous-looking sight. It spooks me.
Yep, this is right where I jumped off, right here.
The jump itself was something I would never do in a million years. Oliver just takes his chances.
Do not do that. I'm serious.
He gave me the car keys, and he was saying, well, at least if I fall, if I get hurt, you can go for help. You have the car.
Come on, Oliver. Come on, you are not serious. Dude! Come on, man! Oliver, look, man, come on. I know you don't do this. Do not do it, Oliver. Come on. Piece of cake.
When I saw he had landed safely, I felt better about it. I was a little bit calmer.
Come on, you can't get back from here. Look at that.
I said, you've got to really logically think about a way to get off this.
Come on.
So once you wait here, and I'll get somebody to get you down. And he was thinking about it. He was considering that. But he just opted to get down himself. He said, I think I can do it.
Oliver! Oliver! Oliver, hang on, man. Hang on, all right?
At that point, I really got struck with panic. I was in shock. I knew right then that my actions could determine whether he lived or died.
Get help!
I looked for something to get him with.
Dad! No! Oliver!
When we continue.
Were you still getting me?
When Oliver Miner attempted to leap back from an island of rock to the top of a cliff, he lost his grip and fell. All his best friend John Austin could see was that Oliver's motionless body was wedged in a narrow rock crevice 35 feet below the top of the cliff and 50 feet above the ground.
When he slipped and fell over, to me, it looked like the end.
Oliver!
I just didn't know if he was going to be alive.
Help! Help!
I had to ask myself if it was really happening to me, because at that point, you lose sense of reality. He was dependent on me, and it was really rough.
John quickly found the park ranger. Within 15 minutes, a Johnson County ambulance unit arrived, including EMT Brent Schurbaum. But they could not get to the victim.
Rappelling's dangerous. Even if you have all the safety equipment, there's always the element of danger in it. So we're going to try to reach him from the bottom and minimize the risk.
As rescuers headed to the bottom of the cliff to look for a place to climb up to Oliver, EMT Mike Judds stayed at the top.
You want to get to that patient. We're used to getting right in there and going to work. This time, you can't do anything. He's down there, he's 30 feet away. You can't jump down there. You can't climb down there. You damn sure can't fly down there. It's frustrating.
Are you dizzy right now?
I wanted to see where he was at mentally.
You feel cold?
Then I go into, you got a girlfriend? And he's like, 2 of them. Oh, yeah? Do they know about each other? I like to try to be like a friend to this person.
Okay, that be all right? Yeah. Stay where you're at, Oliver. Don't try to go anywhere.
When we got there, at the bottom, it was impossible. It was almost a vertical incline. And there was no way in the world to reach him. And that's when it hit us that it's going to take time to get this guy off the rock. And time wasn't something we were at all sure that we had at that point.
Can you move your feet?
He was conscious, but I didn't know how conscious. I was hoping that he wouldn't just roll off the side. Had he done that, there'd be no rescue effort.
EMT Leonard Oliver was also among those at the bottom of the cliff.
We don't know if something was broken inside and your whole torso area could fill up with all the blood in your body. In a matter of minutes, you could really go into shock.
EMS Director Donna Norton was in charge of the rescue.
The Rangers could rappel, but they didn't have medical experience. My EMTs had all the medical experience in the world, but couldn't rappel. But it had to be done. Someone had to get down there to treat that patient.
I don't know what made me say it, but I said, I didn't know a thing about ropes, but I think I can do this.
You're on the rope right, and everything's secure. So if you don't...
Ranger Sam Richardson gave Mike some basic instructions on how to rappel.
There was a man on the rock that would die if he didn't do it. He realized what needed to be done, and he didn't hesitate a minute. He says, "Can you get me there?" And I says, "Yeah." And he said, "That's all I need to know."
He's giving me a crash course in rappelling while the other guy's putting the harness and stuff on me. I'm listening to them. I'm hanging on every word they say about how to use this equipment.
I feel like it's on, right?
You're aware of the danger around you, but you're focusing on what you got to do. You're focusing on that patient.
Get you locked in when it's your turn to go.
I stuff as many things as I can in my pockets, the bare necessities, they say. A C-collar around the thigh, going over the side on these ropes with this harness and stuff, felt like Robo-Medic or something.
This is it. Get there in a minute.
On belay! Is that right, Joe?
You're doing great. Your feet spread a little bit. You're doing great.
Like that?
I just kept telling him to lean into the harness, but he was shaking a little bit at first.
Coming right over the edge, Sam.
Every part of your being tells you that you shouldn't be walking off of an 80-foot cliff backwards.
Walk backwards, Mike. You can be on right over the edge, Sam.
Seat's back. Let me know when you want me to belay. Sit in that seat. Get back a little. You're straight up and down too much. Sit in your seat. There you go. Right leg first. Ease back. Let me know when you need help. Ease down. Stretch wide if you have to.
Sam!
Easy. 1 step at a time.
First few steps were the worst.
Little slack?
Ease into that horse. Watch the rock behind your back.
How's it doing, Sam?
Doing great.
All right.
Set into the horn. You got it. Good job. Good job. Watch that right there. There's a big crack. We almost all held our breath as he came down until he got to that ledge and unhooked. It was just like a collective sigh of relief when he got there.
There you go, don't.
When someone asks me, where do you get your EMTs, I tell them I get EMTs in the correctional center. I train actual inmates of the institution.
What am I going to do? Say, well, I'm an armed robber, been in prison for 5 years, and I've only been on the job 30 days. By the way, I've never used any of this ropes before, so just trust me. It'll be all right.
It's never in anyone's mind that we're working with inmates. Mike's a neat guy. He's a friend, his partner's an EMT.
Yeah, about 20 feet. When we stood Oliver up in the basket, and he went over the edge. I said, but you're in good hands, and it's up to us now. You just relax and enjoy the ride. Looking good.
How's he look? Is he clear from down there?
It's kind of rough sometimes. Your heart goes out to these people. And once they leave your hands, you wonder, did I do what I should have done?
Hang in there, buddy.
You hope that you did everything right.
You all right, man?
He was in a lot of pain, and I was just telling him, you know, how grateful I was that he was alive, and that I was just so glad that he was there talking to me.
He made it very clear that he wanted us to tell Mike thanks for helping him and being with him on the rock. He made sure that we told Mike that, because he knew Mike had done a good job.
He seemed very upbeat for a guy who just fell off a cliff. And I guess he just had full faith in the rescue team, and I did too at that point. They reacted with incredible professionalism and a lot of bravery. Stuff you don't see too much anymore.
22-year-old Oliver Miner suffered a fractured pelvis and a punctured lung and was hospitalized for 8 days. Three months have passed since the incident.
When I first woke up, I was scared, figuring out what I'd done to myself, how bad I was hurt. From that point on, I've minimized the risks I've taken. I am not as much of a fool as I was before.
He's changed. It's got him to realize that life's important to you. He's gotten to where he thinks a little bit more before he does something.
Cool jam, man.
That's all we ask of him anyway.
Very good.
Yes.
I'm impressed.
Oliver's mother, Cheryl Gayer, is grateful to his rescuers.
For a long time, I wasn't married, and it was just him and me against the world.
Very good. You haven't broke one yet.
We're soulmates. We're really close for a mother and a son.
There you go.
And I just could not imagine a life without Oliver.
Mike Judd is the one that brought you off the cliff. I think we ought to make a toast to him. Cheers to you.
I didn't learn about Mike's current living place until later, but it does not lower my opinion of him in the least bit. If it wasn't for him, I don't know where I would be at now. He was so great.
I love you.
At the time of the accident, Mike Judds was an inmate at Vienna Correctional Center, a minimum security prison. He now has a job on the outside as an EMT.
I've lost a portion of my life. And having lost that, I've come to realize how much life means. And how short it is.
Now he's getting tired.
Being able to help somebody out, if I can add to their life, man, it's great. Because I know how much it means to have that.
You have to communicate.
Leonard Oliver is also part of the inmate program. He, too, plans to continue working as an EMT when he is released.
And I really appreciate the chance to help people. It makes you feel good. Makes you feel real good. Feel proud of myself. I don't have to have anybody else feel proud of me. I feel proud of me.
The inmates are just as highly motivated as any other EMTs that I've trained. As a matter of fact, some of them, I think, become even more dedicated. I think that some of them has told me that they feel that this is a way that they can atone for some of their past mistakes by serving others.
With the real chest.
For 20 years, Johnson County has been served by an ambulance service that's staffed by inmates. We think it's a good program, and we think the guys should be judged on their merits, not on their past.
You know, people think going out there and screwing up and committing crimes or breaking the law is fun and exciting, but there's nothing as exciting as saving a life. Nothing compares.
2 short breaths, or would they be...
Slow breaths.
Next.
Oh, God.